Hello and welcome to the new style Edexcel GCSEs. These are the ones that go from grades 9 through to grade 1. This is paper 1MA1/3H. It's the third paper in the higher tier. It is a calculator paper, so we are allowed to use calculators, and we're picking up in question 16. VABCD is a solid pyramid. ABCD is a square of side 20 centimeters. The angle between any sloping edge and the plane ABCD is 55 degrees. Calculate the surface area of the pyramid. Give your answer correct to two significant figures. Okay, so fair enough. So the standard way to do this is just to drop a line down from the vertex down to the base. And then we can draw a line from one of the edges to the center of the square base where it intersects. Okay, now if I'd carried on that line all the way across to point D, I would have one of the diagonals of the square base. And the diagonal of the square base we can get just by Pythagoras' theorem. That's just the square root of 20 squared plus 20 squared. So I'm going to put, I'm going to label this point X for the center of the square base, and I'm going to put BX, that's the length BX, is equal to the square root of 20 squared plus 20 squared, and that's equal to the square root, well, 20 squared is 400 plus 20 squared is 400. 400 plus 400 is equal to 800. Oh, sorry, BX, this has to be divided by 2 because it's half of this diagonal. Sorry. So that's the square root of 400 plus 400. And the whole thing is divided by 2. If I take that divided by 2 inside the square root, extend the square root further down, I have to square the 2. So this whole lot becomes divided by 4. So that's just 100 plus 100. So this is equal to the square root of 200. And that's centimeters. Okay, so now I've got BX, I can get VX, because I'm told in the question that the angle between any sloping edge and the plane ABCD is 55 degrees. So this angle here is 55 degrees. So VX from the vertex to the center of the square is equal to the square root of 200 times tan 55 degrees. Something to watch out for when you're doing this on your calculator, just make sure it's set to degrees. If it's set to radians or gradians, you will get the wrong answer. Make sure this is set to degrees, and so that's just 200 square root multiplied by 55 tan is equal to 20.197. okay, that's 20.20 is equal to 20.20 centimeters. Okay, so I've got this height, but what I'm really after is the height of this triangle VAB. So if I can draw a line from V down to the center here, I can label it whatever I like. I could call it Y, I could call it Z. I'm going to call it M for midpoint. So I need this length here. To get that, I will just take this point from M to X here. Now, to go from the edge of the square to the center of the square, that's just half of the length of the square, so that's just 10 centimeters. So this length here is just this 20.2 centimeters squared plus this 10 centimeters squared, and then we square root that sum. Again, that's Pythagoras' theorem. So Vm is equal to the square root of 20.2 squared plus 10 squared is equal to, I'll take my calculator, I've already got this, so I'll just square that, add 10 squared, which is 100, and then I'll take the square root, and that's 22.54, so that's equal to 22.54 centimetres. Okay, so I've got this, which is now the height of the triangle, so the area of this triangle is just half base times height. So area of triangle, it could be any of the triangles, but I'm going to call it VAB. Is equal to a half times 20 centimetres, which is the base, times 22.54 centimetres. Well, that's just equal to a half of 20 is 10. 10 times 22.54. I'm just moving the decimal point one place across. So that's 225.4 centimetres squared. And in fact, I'll do that on the calculator. So all I need to do is times that by 10, and that gives me the area of the triangle. So the area of the pyramid is equal to this times 4, because there's 4 of them, plus the area of the base, which is just 20 centimetres times 20 centimetres. So that's 4 times 22.54 times 20 squared, which is equal to, I'm just going to take that, I'm going to times it by 4, and I'm going to add 20 squared, and that's equal to 1301.48. 1301.48 centimetres squared. Were we asked? Yes, we were asked, give your answer correct to two significant figures. So that rounds to, there's the two significant figures, is the 1 and the 3. So the next digit afterwards is a 0, so the 3 does not round up. So this is just 1300 centimetres squared. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in another video.